I hate to break this to y'all, but then again, the truth will set y'all free. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you also follow my social media. Here's my email. Like, share, and follow. And for more deep, in-depth content, please become a Patreon today. For only $2.50 a month, you can become an official supporter of Rone Productions, and you can get some very well in-depth content, also provided with PDF books and documentaries, and so on and so forth. Last but not least, we finally have some new merchandise out. So that means we got some new shirts, hoodies, and all type of stuff that you can now shop today at Rone Central. Just go in the link below and shop today. So today is the Sabbath day. Happy Shabbat. I hope you realize that the particular day that you are practicing and worshiping and celebrating this wonderful occasion is Saturn's day. You are giving your power and your energy and your appreciation to Saturn. Let me explain. So, you have the word Shabbat. Shabbat, if you translate it, goes to Sabbath or Saturn or Saturday. When you look at the word Saturday, look at it from a Hebrew perspective, you have Shabtai. So, if you look at the word Saturday in Hebrew and you look at the word Shabbat or Sabbath in Hebrew, you will have a relation there. Understand that the Sabbath or the Shabbat, according to the Jews in Judaism, they worship the Sabbath on a Saturday because of the personification because of the description of God resting on the seventh day, which we all know didn't really happen because this is an allegorical approach. Because when you look at the very translation of days in the book of Genesis, we're dealing with a different phase in terms of time, alright? It even tells you in one metaphor or figure of speech that a day to the supreme intelligence is 1,000 years. So we're not talking about 7 days, we're talking about 7 phases of life. Anyways, so they took the 7 days in the book of Genesis and they said this is 7 days in a week. This is what the people who created the very calendar that we go by today went by, from Sunday to Saturn's day. Alright? So the Roman Catholic Church created the Sabbath to be on Saturday, and this was a admiration to Saturn's day. Alright? So this is why you see in the Roman Catholic Church there are many Saturn, I guess you could say Saturn symbolism in there. This is also why the Greeks and the Romans were so obsessed with the very concept of Saturn. They had the holiday Saturnalia. Their very capital city, Rome, originally was called Saturnia. They identified the Israelites or the Hebrew people during that time, associating them with Kronos. Kronos is the particular deity after Saturn. The children of Israel are the children of Saturn because Elohim, is the particular god or the deity of Saturn. He is the replication, the personification, the very vibrational energy, the cosmic force behind Saturn. So when you look at the children of Israel, they are the children of Saturn. This is why they uphold the very Saturn or Sabbath days, because they are the people who practice and give their power and energy and receive power and energy from the very foundation of Shabbat. Also, let's understand that when we're dealing with Shabbat, we're dealing with Sheba. Shaba. Sheba means 7, literally means 7. Remember when Sheba went to go meet Solomon, right? Sheba was considered the queen of the south. She enters up through the heart. She enters into the temple, Solomon's temple. She enters in there and she dwells there. So remember, there are 7 pillars when it concerns Lady Wisdom. as it talks about in the book of Proverbs. There's 7 pillars, 7 chakras. Okay, Sheba, 7, all goes hand in hand. So when Sheba wants to go and sup and commune with Solomon, this is Lady Wisdom entering, right? That Kundalini energy entering, going all the way up to your pineal gland. So when you're dealing with the Shabbat, you're dealing with having a peace of mind. You're dealing with having Christ consciousness. That's all it's talking about when you are the Shabbat. That means completeness. That means perfection, right? That's the 7th day. The 7th day was also a term that was given in ancient times of a particular holy day. When you're dealing with the witches of our time, they have the Sabbath to be for a full moon. Even when you look in the Bible, the Hebrew people went by a lunar calendar. And every time that there was a full moon or a new moon, there was a Sabbath. That's what they identified the Sabbath with. They didn't identify the Sabbath with 7 days in a week, or the 7th day in a week, because they didn't go by a calendar that was created by the Romans that we go by today. You have to keep that in mind, because if you're going to go by the particular laws, statutes, and commandments, and you practice these particular traditions that your so-called forefathers practice, be aware of the traditions that they practice. Also, one more thing, when you're dealing with the Sabbath, you're dealing with symbology of the black cube, the Star of David, the Seal of Solomon, the hexagram. You're dealing with all these symbologies of 666, the mark of the beast, Satan, Saturn, Santa Claus. They all go hand in hand. So, I guess you would have to ask, who are you worshiping?
You make this promise to me, you make it better.